Welcome back to EduTalks, the place where we learn, grow and improve our English together. Let me start with a simple question for you. Have you had enough water today? It sounds like a funny question for an English learning video, right? But stay with me, because this one small habit, drinking water, can actually change the way your brain learns and remembers English. Think about it. Many of us sit down to study with books, notebooks, apps, or even YouTube videos like this one. We feel motivated, we try our best, but sometimes the words don't stay in our memory. Sometimes our brain feels foggy, we lose concentration, or we simply forget the new vocabulary we learned yesterday. What if I told you that one hidden reason behind this problem is dehydration, not having enough water in your body? In this video, we'll explore how dehydration can hurt your English learning, why your brain needs water to function properly, and what simple things you can do to stay hydrated while improving your English skills. This video is also designed as B2 English listening practice, so listen carefully, repeat the key phrases if you can, and follow along with me. So grab a glass of water right now and let's dive into this surprising but very important topic. Why dehydration hurts your English learning.
When we talk about learning a language, we often think about grammar, vocabulary, speaking practice, and listening exercises. But here's the truth. Your brain is the machine that makes learning possible. And just like any machine, it needs fuel. But not only food, not only sleep, the brain needs water more than anything else. Did you know that about 75% of your brain is water? Imagine a sponge filled with water. When the sponge is wet, it works well. It can clean surfaces easily. But when the sponge is dry, it becomes hard, weak, and useless. Your brain works in the same way. When you don't drink enough water, you become dehydrated. Even mild dehydration, just 1% or 2% loss of body water, can reduce your brain performance. Scientists have shown that dehydration leads to 1. Poor concentration, 2. Slower memory recall, 3. Tiredness and fatigue, 4. Mood changes like irritation or anxiety. Now think about what that means for English learning. If you're dehydrated, your brain struggles to focus. You read a text but don't remember the details. You listen to a conversation but miss half the meaning. You try to speak, but your brain feels slow and empty. There's also the problem of short-term memory. When you learn a new English word, your brain first stores it in short-term memory. If your brain is working well, that word slowly moves into long-term memory. But dehydration makes this transfer weak. You might remember the word for a few minutes, but by tomorrow it's gone. Another effect is mental fatigue. You might have experienced this. You start studying, and after just 20 minutes, your brain feels tired. You think, maybe I'm just not motivated. But actually, your body is simply asking for water. The interesting thing is, dehydration doesn't just affect the brain, it also affects the body's communication with the brain. Your blood becomes thicker when you're dehydrated, and this reduces the oxygen and nutrients that reach your brain. Less oxygen means less energy, and less energy means slower learning. In short, dehydration makes your brain heavy, slow, and foggy. But hydration, drinking enough water, keeps your brain sharp, focused, and ready to learn. So before we move to the next part, I want you to remember this simple rule. A hydrated brain is a learning brain. Now let's connect this science to your English journey. How exactly does dehydration hurt your English learning on a daily basis? Let's break it down.
1. Listening practice. When you're dehydrated, your concentration is weak. Imagine you're watching an English video. You hear the first sentence, but your brain gets distracted and you miss the second one. You try to catch up, but suddenly you feel lost. This isn't always about your English level. It can be about your brain's ability to focus, which is weaker without water. 2. Speaking practice. Speaking requires quick thinking. You have to find the right words, build a sentence, and pronounce it clearly, all in a few seconds. But dehydration slows down your brain's processing speed. You might know the word, but your brain feels slow, so you hesitate. This makes speaking practice more stressful. 3. Vocabulary learning. We all know the frustration of forgetting new words. Dehydration makes this worse. Since your short-term memory is weak, the new words don't stick. For example, you learn the word commitment today, but tomorrow it's gone. It's not that you're bad at English, it's that your brain wasn't working at full power. 4. Motivation and mood. Learning a language takes time, and motivation is the fuel that keeps us going. But when you're dehydrated, your mood changes. You feel tired, annoyed, or lazy. You think you don't want to study, but actually it's your body asking for water. A glass of water can often refresh your mood more than scrolling social media or drinking coffee. 5. Exam or test situations. If you're preparing for an English test, dehydration can seriously hurt your performance. Exams require focus, memory, and calm nerves. Without enough water, your brain feels stressed, and stress makes it even harder to remember what you studied. That's why even professional athletes and public speakers always carry water. They know performance depends on hydration. So the next time you feel stuck in English, don't just blame yourself. Ask, am I hydrated? Sometimes the problem is not your intelligence, not your effort, but something as simple as water. This is powerful because it reminds us that learning is not only about the brain, but about the whole body. A healthy body supports a healthy brain, and a healthy brain supports better English learning. Okay, now you understand the science and the connection to English learning. But what can you do in real life? Let's talk about practical tips. 1. Start your study with water. Before you open your book or play a video, drink a glass of water. This sends a signal to your brain. Get ready, it's learning time. 2. Small sips, not big gaps. Many people drink a lot of water at once and then forget for hours. But the brain works better with regular, small sips. Keep a bottle near you while studying. Take a sip every 15 to 20 minutes. 3. Combine hydration with English. Make water part of your English routine. For example, every time you learn 5 new words, take a sip. Before shadowing a sentence, drink a little water. This connects hydration with language learning, building a strong habit. 4. Choose water over coffee or soda. Many learners drink coffee, tea, or soda during study. These can actually dehydrate you. I'm not saying you should stop them completely, but balance them with more water. 5. Pay attention to signs your body tells you when it's dehydrated. Dry mouth, tired eyes, headaches, or even yawning. When you feel these signs while studying English, don't give up. Just drink water. 6. Create a hydration routine. For example, morning, 1 glass after waking up. Afternoon, 2 to 3 glasses during study. Evening, 1 glass before sleep. This way, your brain always has the water it needs. 7. Link it with listening practice. Here's a creative tip. Use water breaks as listening breaks. For example, when you pause this video to drink water, repeat one sentence you just heard. This helps memory and fluency. Hydration is not just about water.
It's about creating an environment where your brain feels safe, strong, and supported. When your brain feels good, English feels easier. So remember, water is not only for your body, but also for your English. So, what have we learnt today? We discovered that dehydration is not just about feeling thirsty. It can actually slow down your brain, make you forget words, and reduce your focus while learning English. But the good news is simple. Drinking water can make your learning faster, sharper, and easier. A hydrated brain is a learning brain. Now, here's my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, combine your English practice with water. Every time you sit down to watch a video, read a text, or practice speaking, make sure you have water with you. Notice how your focus improves, how your memory feels stronger, and how your motivation stays longer. And here's the key. Don't just listen to this advice, try it. Because real change happens when knowledge becomes action. Before we finish, let me ask you one more time. Have you had enough water today? If not, this is the perfect moment. Take a sip, refresh your brain, and get ready for your next English challenge. Thank you for spending this time with me here on EduTalks. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more English learning tips with a human touch. Stay hydrated, stay motivated, and keep moving forward on your English journey. See you in the next video.